Welcome to the office. Today, let's talk about how to get your first architecture job. So for most people, that comes right after graduation, when the student work ends and the real work begins. But if you're still in school, the truth is, you don't have to wait. Some of the best opportunities start during your summers, between semesters. Even part-time internships can give you a massive head start when you graduate. So getting your first job in architecture isn't just about landing a paycheck. It's about finding your footing in a profession that takes years to grow into. So let's break it down. What really matters, what firms are looking for, and how to stand out, even if you've never worked in an office before. Here's the thing to remember. Your first architecture job, it doesn't define your whole career. It's not about finding the perfect firm or the dream project. It's about learning how architecture really happens. You'll start to understand how drawings turn into permits, how coordination works, and how buildings rarely go exactly as planned. And that's okay. It's all part of the learning process. So take the pressure off. You're not picking a lifelong path right now. You're just starting your journey. So what actually matters when you're trying to get a job? When you're looking for that first job, most people obsess over their portfolio, but here's the secret. Firms hire people, not pages. Your curiosity, your attitude, your willingness to learn will carry you further than any single rendering can. But, and this is important, here in the US at least, most firms, they use Revit or AutoCAD every single day. Yes, they can teach you those programs, but you become far more valuable if you already know them, even a little bit. Even just learning the basics, modeling walls, making sheets, setting up views, it shows you're ready to contribute from day one. If you're still in school, use your time now to get familiar with them. It's one of the simplest ways to make yourself stand out. So let's talk about your portfolio. Your portfolio, that's your first design project. It's your chance to show how you think, how you solve problems, and also how you tell a story. Keep it clean and focused. 10 or 12 great pages is better than 30 that no one ever finishes. And don't just show the pretty final rendering, show the process. Show sketches and diagrams and mistakes that became lessons, because that's what real design looks like. Design it the same way you'd approach a building. Clear organization, hierarchy, flow. Every image should earn its place. So if a portfolio tells about the things you've done, your resume is going to tell them the experience you have. Your resume, it lists your skills, but it's also a reflection on how you organize information. Architecture is a visual industry. Your resume should match that. Use alignment, spacing, and hierarchy, just like you would in your portfolio. Make it readable and intentional. Not fancy, just thoughtful. Include your education, any work experience you have, your software skills, and maybe one personal passion that reminds them that you're human. And if your previous experience isn't in architecture, that's fine. If you worked in retail, food service, or something completely unrelated, still include it. Those jobs show that you understand customer service, teamwork, deadlines, communication, all of which translates directly into architecture. And one more thing, check your spelling. You'd be surprised how many people miss something small. Don't be that person. It's not a deal breaker, but it's an easy fix. So where do you even know where to apply to? There's no one-size-fits-all answer here. Every type of firm has its pros and cons, and knowing those can help you find a better fit. Small firms, they often give you exposure to everything. Design, drafting, site visits, client meetings. You're going to learn the process fast. But sometimes it could also mean longer hours, less structure. Large firms usually have incredible resources, specialized departments, big name projects. You usually get to work with a team, potentially of other interns or young designers that you can collaborate with. But sometimes you might also find yourself focusing on a single detail or a system for a while. You might become the door detail guy, or you might become the finishes person, and that's what you're pegged as. None of these are wrong, they're just different paths. What matters is that you choose based on where you'll learn the best right now, not what looks best on your resume. And when you're looking at the type of projects that these firms do, don't exclude anything. At my firm, we do all commercial projects. And almost every intern or young designer that comes in, when I ask them, they start out saying they want to do residential, but then they find the joy in commercial. So you may enjoy residential, you may enjoy commercial, but don't rule out one or the other. Maybe you'll find your fit doing schools or hospitals, something you hadn't imagined before. So let's say you've got your resume and your portfolio in, and you finally made it. You're ready to start sending that stuff out. So when you're ready to apply, don't just blast your portfolio everywhere and hope for the best. Write a short, thoughtful email introducing yourself. Mention something specific about the firm you're applying to. Don't just send a generic blast email. We can tell. Keep it simple, genuine, and professional. Then after the interview, make sure you always send up a short follow-up email. Take time to thank them for their genuine interest and leave the door open. It's a small gesture, but we remember that. The interview itself, show curiosity. Ask what kind of projects they're excited about. Ask how they mentor young designers. You're not just trying to get hired. You're trying to find a place where you can grow. So if you've sent it in and you're still waiting on replies, don't sit still. Keep sketching. Build some small projects. Volunteer with your local community and maybe create your own project. Learn a new plugin or software. Experiment with new materials. Every small thing that you make, even if it's just for yourself, it gives you something new to talk about in your next interview. So getting your first job in architecture can feel like a mountain, but it's really a series of small steps. One email, one connection, one opportunity at a time. Every architect you admire probably started in that same place, wondering if they were good enough, hoping for that first yes. So remember, you're not behind, you're just getting started. You just have to be patient and persistent. Good luck. All right, that's it. Let's get back to work.